Welcome to Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking features delicious recipes and cooking tips from the Gulf Coast's finest chefs and restaurants. Watch as popular local chefs prepare their special dishes with natural gas. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas.
My guest today is Chef Chris Tingle from McGuires Irish Pub.
Good to be here, Carmela.
I like your green.
Thank you very much. Well, you know, it is Irish.
That's right. That's your standard color,
we're
right?
St. Patty's Day 365.
Absolutely. We're so glad to have you back.
Well, it's so good to be here. It's been a while, so
it's
nice.
But you know what? We always look forward to it.
Yes,
Tell
ma'am.
us what we'll be cooking today.
We're going to start out and we're going to do a grilled tender bite app. So this is on our menu, and so just filet, a little bit of spring greens, and a little mushroom merlot sauce.
That sounds good.
You want to go ahead and get it going?
Let's do it.
All right. And just start out with just a little bit of olive oil. Okay, get us turned up a little. And some minced garlic.
Start of many a good dish.
That's
right there.
It. You got to do it. We'll go slow over here. We'll take care of our mushrooms. We got a little portobello here. We're going to do a portobello and button mushroom mix. Portobello gives it a lot more rich flavor. It's a little more earthy, a little more meaty.
It is.
Which we love that. And these are just small. We're just going to quarter those guys. They're actually so small, we're just going to half them.
They're going to cook down anyway,
Yeah,
right?
they sure will. And I said this won't take too long. We'll get it going. Get a little smell good going in the air.
You know, the most popular dish we have on our website and Pinterest is from McGuires.
Which one was it?
Take a guess.
Well, I know the bean soup was real popular last time, but
Boxties.
the Boxties, that's right. Okay. Oh, that's right. When we did them on there, and they did
Oh
it.
my goodness.
That's it.
We
Okay.
have had, that's been the most popular one. Tell our viewers what the Boxties are.
Boxties are basically what you're going to do is when you have your mashed potatoes, you sit them in the refrigerator. Most people don't use them again. And they'll sit in there and get thrown away. But you take them and you mix them up, add some cheese to it, and then you bread them in panko breadcrumbs, and then you deep fry them, and it makes them real nice and soft again, especially with that cheese added to it.
Oh yes, they're so good, and so they're really easy
But
to
it is,
make.
it's actually our #1 appetizer. That's
Is
at
it?
McGuires. That's what we do. We add a little Cabernet to this.
Let's see why.
And yeah, they're very popular. And then we'll go right in there with our mushrooms.
Oh, and those mushrooms will soak up all that wine and garlic?
That we're gonna have to give them probably another little shot. But yeah, the Boxties are real popular, that's for sure. This one is a pretty popular app too. It's a real good seller.
I haven't tried this one, so I'll let you know.
I think you're gonna get to.
I think I'm going to like it too.
I think you will.
It's got all my favorite ingredients.
That's right. What else we got here? Okay, we'll go ahead and cut up our filet. And you just want them bite size. Said it's just a good little quick appetizer to start off. There we go.
This could be an entree, you know.
Oh, plenty
small
of people
plate.
do. People do use it. And they'll start out with a bean soup, and then they'll go to the go to this one, and you know it happens a lot because a lot of our appetizers are large as well,
And
as
your-
everyone knows.
Yeah, your bean soup is very popular.
Yes, ma'am.
And it has a special price, right?
18 cents.
18 cents.
That's
as long
right.
as you
As long as you're ordering something, it is.
Right.
And then if you're not, then they'll probably charge you about $3 for it.
Yep.
So, but that's a deal.
That's a deal
You know, as
there,
far as
but
you're gonna get
18
something
cents
at
is a
18
real
cents.
deal.
And we make, let's see, we'll start each batch is about 40, a small batch is 40, a large batch is 80 pounds of beans. And sometimes we have to do that twice a day.
Twice a day.
Takes about 4 hours to cook it. All right, these mushrooms are looking pretty good.
Goodness.
We're gonna turn up our other one here. Let's see how we're looking there. Get a little bit of oil in this pan.
You cook with quite a bit of gas at the restaurant, don't you?
We sure do. We cook with quite a bit of everything, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Said our gas is
You
a
wouldn't
big
cook without it.
necessity,
You wouldn't cook without it,
it's
would you?
literally on. Well, we're open 15 hours a day, so don't forget. McGuires opens at 11 o'clock, and we don't close until 2. And we open up around 10 on Sunday for brunch, so we're
Yes.
open a little bit
Wow.
earlier there. Yep. So we're putting the gas to it, that's for sure. All right, there we go. That's looking pretty good.
It sure is.
Okay, now we're going to add a little bit of veal demi-glaze to that.
And tell everyone what the demi-glaze is.
You're going to take your bones meat scraps, roast them all down, hit it with a bit of wine, mirepoix, vegetables. You're going to reduce that for anywhere from 12 to 24 hours, depending on what animal you're using. Okay.
It takes some time, but it certainly is well worth it.
All right, now we'll go in here. A little bit of that. Going to go a little bit of McGuires steak shake in both of them.
That's your special seasoning, and you sell that at the restaurant?
Yes, we do.
In the gift shop?
Yes, ma'am, in the gift shop. They do have it. All right, get these. Give them just a second.
Those look great.
So we're reducing down a little bit. Got our steak tips cooking. And this won't take too long. We'll be there.
The aroma's wonderful with the wine too, that garlic and wine in that.
And we sell these mid-rare. We don't really like taking temps on them too much. They'll try to do it for you, but it's such a small piece that, you know, they're cooked just good like that. And, and then you want to let them go. They're so tender.
Melt in your mouth.
Yes, they will. Nice filet mignon there. A little bit of that, and this is almost ready.
About ready to plate this one up.
Yes, we are. Okay, just a little spring mix right here. This in here. Gonna give it just a little dab of balsamic. Just over that. This guy here.
Oh, and topped with our mushroom wine sauce.
Now we'll go right in there with that.
Oh, Chris, I can't wait to try this appetizer.
One last garnish. There you go.
Perfect.
Okay.
Look at that. Now tell us what you've garnished it with.
That's a whole roasted pot of garlic.
Yes.
That's the
And do you
whole
just
thing.
squeeze that on it? Is
Oh
that-
yeah, it'll squeeze right out of there.
Okay,
So you can eat it, spread it on there. Some people do, some people don't. So.
Yeah.
It is available.
I'd like it on that delicious bread you got, so that would
That's
be
right.
wonderful with that. Okay, there's our first dish from McGuires, and what's our second? Coming up.
Next, we're going to do a autumn salad that we just started here a couple of weeks ago. So
It's
we're gonna-
perfect timing.
Yep, it is.
All right, we'll be right back with that recipe. Stay with us.
Natural gas homes are in demand. Here's what home builders have to say.
We started KW Homes in 1987, and we've been building custom homes in the area since then. A lot of our customers are asking for natural gas. I went with it in my personal home. I especially like the tankless water heater. When we have family over, we don't run out of hot water, which is great. Just keeps on making it as long as we need it, which is really nice.
Pensacola Energy. Go blue and save green.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Our special salad from McGuires is next.
Yeah, we're going to do a autumn harvest salad. It's that time of year, and we finally got some cool weather coming tonight. So this will air a few days later, but
That's right.
it's
That's
coming.
okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold all week. What we're gonna start out here is we're gonna clean up a butternut squash, and these squash can be very difficult. They can hurt you very badly. They're easy to turn on you, and you want to take a couple of steps to make it a little easier. So first things first, get your fingers back, hack through that, and I like to cut them in kind of more manageable pieces, and then pop that. Make sure your hands up out of the way. Like I said, these guys are tough.
Yes, they are.
All right, so when you get him there, he's a little easier to work, so you're not dealing with a big, huge piece. You're gonna go ahead and peel that. Come on, buddy.
Can you parboil these?
You can, but I think they're much better roasted if you parboil them.
Oh, I see.
The only reason
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that, and I will do it, is when I'm gonna make a soup out of it.
Okay.
And then you can go ahead and do it. But it's always best to cut them up, roast them. They're really good, even though we're doing it a little different today, but I also like these squash with brown sugar, a little bit of butter on there. Really brings out that flavor. Okay, so we got him peeled. He's a little bit more manageable. So sit him on the big flat side right there and just cut you one piece off. So use your top of your knife and cut down. Then always keep to your flat, everywhere he's at. There we go. And then we'll just cube him up. There we go. Put them in the pan. Then that's it. That's it. Always keep it on the flat side. So anytime you get him on that rounded side, well, he's going to roll. Okay, so always get it flat, and it'll save yourself a very nasty cut. It's that real pretty butternut. These are available right now. They're pretty much always available, but this is when they're really coming in. And
It's their season.
it is. And so it's a nice addition to get something, but I said they're very hard, so you can tell.
And
Just be
they are
careful.
such a beautiful color.
Oh no, they're awesome. One more here, we'll go ahead and get him in. Okay, good to go. Just a little bit of oil, that'll do it. And a little bit of steak shake.
McGuire special seasoning.
All right, and while we're cutting up here, let's go ahead and knock out this. This is a honey crisp apple. Very pretty, very sweet, very tasty.
This is my favorite apple.
They are very, very good. Same thing, we just want to cube him. Nice pieces for the salad. Okay, and last but not least is a little sharp cheddar cheese. And that'll be plenty. Okay. All right, and then we're gonna put this butternut into the oven,
And let it roast.
and it'll take probably about 20 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Okay, and you got your oil on there, your seasoning. We're gonna put this in the oven at about 350 degrees. Take about 20 minutes. You'll see them, they'll get some nice color to them, and they'll get just a little soft. And now we will start our maple balsamic vinaigrette. Okay, so we're gonna start out with balsamic vinegar. Good. Gonna go a little bit of olive oil. All right, not too much. This is actually a maple vinegar.
Maple vinegar.
Yes, it is. Very, very tasty. And then it's maple syrup.
Oh. This lends to the fall and
it's
autumn.
definitely a little sweeter of a dressing, but it's not as
Taste.
sweet as you think because the vinegar really tightens it up a little bit. So you just want to whisk that up a little bit. Put a little bit of seasoning.
I could make this up, and this is great for a little
Easy.
sweet
Yep, little sweet.
balsamic
We'll
dressing.
sit him over there. And then we'll bring in our protein, which is going to be a chicken breast.
So this is on the McGuires menu.
This is on the lunch
Okay,
menu.
the lunch
We only
menu.
get it in the daytime.
All right.
And it'll be around till, we just replaced the summer salad with the fall salad, so it'll be around till,
You rotate dishes all the time, don't you, Chris?
there's something changing, it's not.
And there's some you
There's a
wouldn't
lot of
dare.
things that will never change,
That's
of course.
right.
But then there are certain things that you definitely,
Yeah.
you have to keep things interesting and,
Sure.
otherwise you get stagnant. So we just have a big nine green mix here, just some real pretty spring mix.
What's your biggest seller at McGuire's?
Biggest what?
Seller?
Burgers.
Burgers?
Yes, those big monster burgers are very, very popular.
And there are a variety of them, too.
Oh, there are, and I said you can't. It's just such a great thing. It's just
Oh,
like
yeah.
when you get a hold of it. I won't tell you how many calories is in it, but it's.
No, I don't want to.
It really depends on you because we give you so many options of stuff that you can make. So we're gonna add some of these crisp apples here. Not too much, just getting pretty. A little bit there. We have some butternut that we roasted off earlier because you don't want to put it on there right when it's done because it's just a little too hot. And they do hold heat really well, so you got to be careful when you pull them out of the oven because they will burn you up. Okay, and that's good. We're going to go on with our chicken breast. All right. Okay.
Look at this.
You're gonna have some craisins. Just a few on there, not too many. They'll get a little chewy with you, but really good flavor. Some pumpkin seeds. Okay.
You have
And
added all
last,
the right ingredients
but let's
on this
see,
dish.
just a little bit of cheddar. Goes great with those apples.
And our dressing.
And then we'll dress it. And this actually comes on the side, but we're going to put it on here today. Just a little of that across there. Okay.
Look at that salad.
Very good.
Chris,
All right, so there's our autumn harvest salad. It's available right now at McGuires.
that is amazing.
Awesome.
We have to take a few minutes to talk about an award that you received recently.
Yep, that was the 50th anniversary of the WSRE at the beach on Hilton, and we were lucky enough to come away with it. There was some great competition there. There's always some great chefs. Everybody did a fantastic job. I think the event was a huge success for them.
Yes.
And we got lucky. It was great weather outside at the Hilton, and but we pulled it off. So
18 chefs, I think, were there.
I think so. Yeah, I know a
And,
couple people. We had people from Destin that came down, and
Yeah.
you know, so there was a very good feeling for us. It's you know, it's nice to win for sure, and it you know, I said it's a great cause. Been doing it for. We were talking earlier. I think 23, 24 years now. I think
Yeah,
I've been
I started,
involved
I
with
think, in
them,
1995,
so,
so
yeah,
we
it's-
go way back.
It has been a long time. and,
Yes.
it changes every year. So I said that's, you know, the way that they did the competition this year was really neat. So we all picked our decade that you wanted to feature your food
and
from.
what I found interesting, since it was their 50th anniversary, they chose decades, or the chefs could choose the decades starting in the
60s?
70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s.
2000, and you had to do food indicative of that decade.
And your decade was?
I did the 80s.
80s, and your
we
dish?
We went with Paul Prudhomme. Blackening was huge in the 80s. I did a dish I called Black and Redfish K. Paul. So it was fresh redfish, colossal jumbo shrimp, and then a fresh okra and tomato compote with a little bit of beurre blanc, and we finished everybody off with a homemade fried Twinkie ice cream with strawberry pop rocks. And
It
that
was amazing.
That's what people.
It was amazing.
People were a little caught off guard at first, but once it took off, they realized it's like, oh wow.
I tell you, all the chefs did a great job
They did.
picking special dishes from their decade,
There
and
was
it
some
brought
great-
back some memories.
There were some great people. They dressed up really well. You know, I said there was a lot of costumes, and I want to thank my crew because they did a great job. It was very busy. I think the event was sold out.
Oh, it was.
So, you know, it was awesome.
Beautiful evening, great food, great wine tasting.
Yes, it was.
It was just a
We
perfect evening.
we had a good time, and it finished out just right because we won.
That's right. That's the best part.
That was.
We've got one more dish from McGuires, so don't go away. We'll be right back with that.
Natural gas is the clean, reliable, earth-friendly energy choice. Here's what Pensacola Energy customers have to say about using natural gas.
We have noticed using the natural gas, our power bills have been a lot lower. Our last home was all electric, and now that we've built this house with natural gas, we won't ever consider going back to electric.
Go blue and save green with natural gas from Pensacola Energy. Visit PensacolaEnergy.com and make the switch today.
Natural gas dryers may cost a little more than electric ones, but they dry clothes quicker, making them cost half as much to run. So now who's getting taken to the cleaners? Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Natural gas homes are in demand. Here's what home builders have to say.
The natural gas cooking, as well as the fireplace and the atmosphere that you have on a really nice, well-designed lanai, you can entertain real well. It's very comfortable. People are real homey there, and we find the lanai to be a real design feature, along with having the natural gas to implement that.
Natural gas from Pensacola Energy, the clean, reliable, earth-friendly choice.
Heating water with electricity versus natural gas can cost twice as much, and tankless natural gas water heaters can add even more savings. So don't get soaked with higher energy costs. Learn more at PensacolaEnergy.com.
Our entree is next from McGuires.
That's right. We're going to do a braised lamb shank, and we've just put this on the menu about 2 weeks ago. It's taken off pretty well. People are seeming to receive it. It's a great eye appeal. It looks like McGuire's, big portion, sticks out a lot. You'll see it when it's coming across the floor.
Okay.
So what we've got here is this is a mixture. It's about a 3-to-1 ratio of tomato paste and beef base. And I do this on this lamb because although people like lamb, a lot of people are turned off because it does have a little bit gamier taste to it. And some lamb is gamier than others. This is domestic Colorado lamb. It's going to be the more flavorful and milder of the lamb instead of the grass-fed Australian or New Zealand lamb. And so this though takes a little more off to it, makes it a little bit milder, you know. So just try and please most of the people with it. So what you'll do is just rub that down pretty generously with that. This is going to make it stick. We're going to go with a little seasoning all the way around on that. Okay. Good. Kind of work it in there. Get it up inside of that muscle. Push some of that up in there. And then we're going to give it a pretty generous coating of flour. This is going to brown up really nice, and you use the bottom of your pan for your drippings to go into your sauce.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so we're going to just do that. And then he's going to go right into a pan. Okay. Again, he's going to render out some oil himself, but we just want to give it just a little bit extra. And like I said, that'll help make like a real slight roux in the bottom of your pan. Help thicken your sauce a little bit. So we're going to go right into the oven with this. And you're going to cook that about 350 degrees for about 50 minutes. Keep an eye on it. It should get pretty, nice color to it. And then you want to pull that out. You get your pan. You're going to put a mirepoix on the bottom. Celery, onions, and carrot. Really good there. Okay, we're going to go on with that. Get down in there good. And some Cabernet.
Oh, that is going to be good.
Okay, good to go. And I would give it
A little bit of water.
just a little bit of water. And this is going to take about 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on your shank at 350 degrees. Actually, it's probably, I would go about 325.
Okay.
The longer or slower you cook it, the tenderer it's going to be. And if you cook them too fast, they'll fall apart on you. That's good. You want to rub and cover him up. I think we're going to need that bone so big. And you want to get a good tight seal on this.
What temperature did you say, Chris?
Let's do 325.
325.
I think that'll be the best. But, so sometimes you have to use 2 pieces, and that's fine. Just make sure you get it covered. So what it's basically going to do is just going to simmer in this braising liquid and steam that meat up tender. That looks good. Okay, then we're going to go into the oven. All right, we got our lamb in the oven. We've got the first pan where we roasted him off in. You got all this good stuff right here on the bottom. You can see it's got that flour, it's got the juice, a little bit of the lamb pieces of meat on there. So you want to put that on some heat, and we want to save all that flavor, plus we're going to add some stuff to it. When you get done, after you've cooked your lamb for about 2.5 to 3 hours, you're going to have stock in the bottom of it from your liquid and your wine. Okay, that's what this is. There's your lamb demi right there. It's basically it's lamb jello. All right, so that comes from the marrow, and it richens it up, and it gives it a little bit of a sheen to it, and it's kind of a little sticky to it. It's actually pretty cool, but lots of good lamb flavor. So we're going to hit that, get it hot. Of course, got to go back in with a little more garlic, and then we're going to hit it with some Cabernet once it gets hot. Some mushrooms, some lamb.
That's going to be some kind of sauce there.
Yeah, it'll be tasty.
And you're using just the button mushrooms.
Just button mushrooms, just to give them just a little more something into that sauce.
A little bit more body and flavor.
Good to go. And you can see it starting to come around now. Get that. Don't be shy with the wine.
So many people throw all the good
Oh yeah, lose it. You get it in so
flavor from the bottom of the pan.
Different things, whatever you're cooking, whatever you're roasting, whether it's chicken or pork or beef or anything. Always save that unless it's burnt. And then you can't save it.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we won't talk about that.
That's it. Okay, we're going to add a few mushrooms to it. All right. Add our lamb.
Oh.
Okay. Always a little McGuires stick shake, never hurts. Good deal. Okay. All right, now we're going to do a little slaw. It's fresh cabbage, lots of leek, green onion. It's a real quick flash saute. I think it's called cocaine.
Cocaine?
It's a
Okay.
Irish, very Irish dish. It's mashed potatoes with the lamb, the demi-glaze, which is really rich, and you mix that slaw into it, and it just all kinds of pulled together. It's great. So we're gonna start out with a little green onion.
How long have you been at McGuires, Chris?
15 years this tour.
15 years.
I think in April of this year's coming year, it'll be 15, so 14 and a half years.
My goodness.
Yeah.
And you all have high volume.
Yes.
It's almost a good place for someone starting out to,
Oh, well, yeah.
you know, try it out and see if they can take the heat in the kitchen, right?
Yeah, we'll definitely find out about that. And but no, we'll work with everybody. I said, in the front of the house, you're going to have a couple of years of experience at least before you can get on the floor. And that's just because we're very demanding, and it's not a bad thing. It's just all about guest satisfaction.
Yes.
Okay.
Lots of guests.
All right. Get these last two done, and we'll be ready.
Okay, while you do this, I'm going to give everyone our telephone number.
Sounds great.
If you would like written copies of today's recipes, you can call Pensacola Energy at 436-5050, or you can visit our website at coastalcooking.com.
Okay, we've got our braised lamb. It's come out of the oven now, nice and hot. We're going to start with this cocan, make this slaw. Back in with a little olive oil. This will not take but just a second. Use a lot of that dark green leaf on the top of the leek as well as the bottom. It makes it pretty. Lots of good flavor. Get that thin cabbage in there. Oh yeah. And last thing is some scallions.
Oh, wow.
A little bit of seasoning. Okay. All right.
So you're just lightly cooking this
That's
until
all.
it take a little bit of the crispness out, and
Yep,
that'll
just
be
gonna get just a little bit.
perfect.
Okay. Not take long at all.
And you got
Okay, we got our
Mashed
mashed potatoes over here.
here comes the McGuire serving, right?
That's right.
You don't go home hungry at McGuire's, do you?
You do not. If you do, there's something wrong.
Let you know.
Okay,
Huh?
there we go with that.
This is one serving, Chris.
This is one.
Come hungry.
Okay, I get a little of that right there. Okay. And before we finish this sauce, when it gets right down to the end, I usually throw a little fresh rosemary in that. I'm gonna go right there in the middle, and it finishes it off really nice. Right there.
Look at that. Oh, perfection right there. Wow. Look at our 3 dishes from McGuire's Irish Pub. Well, guess what? We're going to enjoy all of this today.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And if you don't want to make this at home, you can certainly let Chris cook it for you
Yes,
at
we will.
McGuire's, right?
We'll make it. Now, the shank is only available at night. The salad's only available in the daytime, but the tender bite app is anytime.
Okay,
So,
and wine and all your great beers are available
all-
anytime.
Always. Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's
This
been a pleasure.
has been so much fun, and I can't wait to dig into all of
Oh,
it.
great.
All right, we'll see you again next Sunday with more Coastal Cooking.
This has been Coastal Cooking with your host, Carmela Campbell. Coastal Cooking is brought to you by Pensacola Energy, provider of clean, efficient, natural gas. Join us each Sunday at 6 p.m. for more Coastal Cooking.